Hi, I'm Cyrus Rosenberg, Senior Manager of Licensing and Business Development at Arcade1up.
So Cyrus, you're here showing the Atari 50th Anniversary Arcade Cabinet. Talk about this cabinet.
This one was really exciting to make because it was very much in direct collaboration with Atari itself. So we wanted to go really, really big because they've been such a great partner to us, and they themselves are, in midst of celebrating their 50th anniversary. So what we've done is not only have we designed brand new original side art with them, but we've actually included the largest games list in Arcade1up history. So we have 14 arcade games and 50 2600 games.
50 2600 games.
Yeah, and that's to celebrate the entire full gambit of Atari's history. Additionally, we've included some new things like a certificate of authenticity, which you can see on the machine itself. We have some volcano buttons, and you can actually toggle the LED lights to go on or off for the buttons themselves. Of course, all arcade games do come packed in with the standard Wi-Fi capability, but it's just been a really, really exciting thing to bring to life something that, is really a historical library of what Atari means to a lot of people. And obviously, bringing it to PAX and allowing people to play it has been really, really a lot of fun.
So, go into more detail about how you work with Atari. Their new CEO, Wade, he's a very advocate of retro games just in general, remastering and taking care of those properties.
What I love working with Atari is that they are truly collaborative. Every licensing experience is different from us, but of course, everything we do is licensor approved. But Atari really was into the development process with us and really worked hard to help us not only design the artwork and the UI, but hand select the games that were going in there in addition to our legacy games list. It's something that represents the history of the brand and something I think we can all really be proud of to not only exercise nostalgia, but introduce to a new generation.
So, talk about some of the arcade games that are on this machine.
Yeah, so we have, of course, Asteroids, of course, Centipede, Millipede. We have Lunar Lander, but I would say the top that everybody's been playing at the show is Tempest. Everybody loves Tempest, and I can kind of see why. It's because we've actually upgraded our spinner over previous cabinets, so it is the most accurate, but also the most fluid it's ever been. And I have caught more people playing Tempest on this machine at PAX than any other game combined, yeah.
So you have a trackball as well as your standard buttons and some other controls. Talk about how you implemented that on the machine.
Yeah, so of course when you have a game library of this amount of breadth, it's really important that every control feels comfortable. So when it comes to designing this control deck, we wanted, we have very much different layouts and also different ways to control. You can actually control things like Tempest using the joystick, the trackball, or of course the original spinner, and that's just to create comfortability. We want every single game to be experienced, whether on original hardware or kind of adapted to our new formula.
Now, when it comes to the screen, I know there's some really, I don't need to tell you there's arcade enthusiasts out there, but CRTs, how did you decide to go with the screen? I think you just did an LCD, correct?
Yeah, of course, we are defined by being the at-home arcade brand, and that means affordability is most important to us. So while this is our most feature-rich cabinet to date, it's really important that every single person is able to get their hands on it. So we decided on the screens and, of course, all parts based on, what is going to be the most affordable to the consumer.
So you guys have made a lot of updates to these cabinets over the years. You've added the coin slots now with light-up buttons, as I see here, as well as improvements to your hardware. Can you talk about kind of the evolution of how your parts improved based on customer feedback?
We are absolutely built. We're coming up on 5 years as a company, and what really that came from and our success is 100% dedicated to our fans. We are lucky in that we have an incredibly active fan community who is always telling us ideas, and when you compare this to some of our original models, it really does represent an upgrade. Our original spinner was nothing compared to this, and people asked us for, light up coin doors, light up buttons, even a better marquee with black feels a little bit more richer and no lights escaping. We are very fortunate in that we've gotten those suggestions, and even more fortunate that we're able to, have platforms to listen and implement them, and we're going to continue to do so. So, when it comes to Arcade1up, we're really always listening for the next idea.
Talk about the outside of the cabinet looks gorgeous. You have the yellow and black, but you have this nice chrome finish on the edges.
Yeah, and honestly, we can thank Atari for that. They were really with us in the design process, and we wanted something that is almost a trophy for 50 years as a game company, and I think this really does represent both where they came from and maybe a little bit of where they're going, yeah.
It wasn't just the Atari 50th anniversary that you're making too. You've announced 2 other arcade cabinets over the last couple days: the Time Crisis and the Pac-Man Deluxe. Talk a little bit about those.
Yeah, so obviously Time Crisis, again, when it comes to our fans, something that we've been asked for since 2018 when we really started, yeah. So it's something, though, we always knew we were going to bring it out, but that's one of those ones where when you're bringing something so specifically for fans, you have to get it right. So we waited, and we actually developed the game and the engine with Bandai Namco themselves, and we actually have mechanical feedback on the gun, which is in contrast to our Terminator 2 and Buck Hunter machines. This is kind of a brand new from the ground up. Of course, we're using Sinden light gun technology, which is the most accurate, currently on the market. And we also have some quality of life, like a completely new molded marquee to fit the accurate cabinet shape, as well as a real metal pedal. So it's really meant to stand up to what you remember Time Crisis as. And of course, we love our classics. So we did just announce Pac-Man XL for Costco, and that is a 19-inch screen. It fits well into our XL line, which we're going to continue to support, and that is the closest to the original Pac-Man we've ever gotten, and it really represents the direction of where we're going, which is authenticity, affordability.
So talk about for people who don't know, what is your XL line?
So our XL line is the large versions of Arcade1ups that, traditionally what we make is around 3/4 scale, but these are about somewhere around 75% of what the original machine sizing are.
Not 1-to-1, but bigger.
Bigger, yeah, but it does feel 1-to-1 at times, exactly. And we really meant it to be a showpiece for your home. And, while 3/4 scale will always have its place with us because it's affordable and it can fit in a lot of people's homes, for those enthusiasts who want real arcade machines in their home, the XL line is for you.
Is this like a test run to see if there's a market for now 100% size arcade cabinets?
I always say we'll see. We've released a lot of different things in a lot of different formats, and for those who want them, it's something we can definitely work towards.